Oh, okay, sorry. Okay. Do you want me to start over or?
Yes, you can start. Thank you very much, Nicholas, and welcome here everyone as well.
All right. So first, let's speak about why you should choose Prague. Before even going to the school, I have visited Prague multiple times in my life. I've visited cities throughout all of Europe, and I must say, at least for me personally, Prague was always my favorite city. It's just a city that my father and I will always come back to. So that's why I applied here. The benefits of coming to Prague, I think, are first off is the ability to travel. Whether it be transportation within the city, it's one of the best transportation systems in the city. We also have amazing transportation throughout the whole country itself. And the location of this country, the Czech Republic, makes it so that you can get anywhere very easily, very cheaply. You can go so many places in just a few hours. But you can also enjoy the city life itself. The the living here is relatively affordable compared to other more Western countries such as France or England or Germany. You also, one of my favorite parts is how many parks there are. This is probably one of the greenest cities I've ever been to. And I very much appreciate it. It's very calm, very quiet, very peaceful. And I feel like it's a very lively city. And also, the architecture here is very amazing. You can find architecture of all sorts, from Gothic to Renaissance to Baroque. You have basically it all here. What should you pack before coming to Prague? Well, I would first definitely say, obviously, bring your passport and bring your visa. I know that this is a very, very obvious thing. Okay, like obviously bring your passport, but I am speaking from experience. I've made that mistake before. It was a very, very expensive mistake that I hope I will never have to make again. So please put your passport and visa at the top of your packing list. Other than that, for clothing, like what should you expect for the weather? When you first arrive in the city in September, it will be fairly hot. It will probably be around 25 to 30 degrees, which maybe is not much for some of you, but I can tell you this city can get very, very hot. So be prepared for that. But after the short summer, also please be prepared for a very cold and rainy winter. It can be very humid and very wet during the winter seasons, and during winter you're looking at temperatures around 0 to 5 degrees. So please also pack very warm or be prepared to buy warm clothes once you get here. Comfortable shoes, that is probably a very big important thing. Here, you're going to be doing a lot of walking, you're going to be doing a lot of traveling. It's actually a very common Czech hobby to even do a lot of hiking. So be prepared for lots of walking, especially on cobblestone. There are a lot of cobblestone streets, especially in the center where all the tourist things are. And finally, for clothing, I would suggest bring at least one formal outfit, whether it be a suit for men or a nice dress for women or whatever. I only suggest bring some formal attire because it can very much help you out when you have to do like an oral presentation, or even when we have like the school ball. You will be very much wanting to have that. Outside of clothing, make sure, of course, you bring your charger, but most importantly, your adapters if you're coming from outside of the EU. If you're coming from some other continent, please be ready to use the European plugs. Don't make the mistake of coming here and realizing you have the wrong plug for everything. A small first aid kit. That's just a small thing that I would recommend, as just you never know when things can happen. Other than that, just bring some little trinkets from home, just something to remind you of home and to not let you get homesick, because homesickness can get you very, very hard. And as for what not to pack, blankets, bed linens, and pillows, please do not pack that. The dormitories already have their own service. They provide you with all of these things for you. So please do not worry about that. I also would highly go against bringing kitchen supplies. It's very heavy, very bulky, and you can buy it at a bunch of different stores here. So don't worry about that. And finally, just also think about anything that you might share with your flatmates. Things like plates or cups and things like this, toilet paper or whatever. These are things that you might decide to share and split the cost with. So I would suggest these just be the things that you should get after your arrival. And next thing is, for your first steps upon arrival, is private transportation. The first thing you should be doing is you should get your PID Litachka card or app. I would say just the app. The app is easy, it's very convenient, and it's relatively cheap. Get your Litachka because that will allow you to travel anywhere within Prague by bus, metro, tram, ferry even. And on this map, you can also see the different regions of Prague. Anything within Prague itself up to the airport, the standard POB is all you need to buy. As for getting to the dorms from the airport, there are two ways to do it. Purely using your PID Litachka, there is the option to take the bus to a stop from the airport to Nadraji Veleslavi. From there, you can take the Metro A to Flora metro station. And from Flora, you can take the tram 11 to Strajny or Khmelnytsia or Knezhka Luka, whichever tram stop it is that your dorm is at. Alternatively, and a little simpler, you can take the bus straight to the main train station and then the tram to your dorms. This bus only runs like every 20 or 30 minutes, and you have to buy it separately from your Litachka app. Outside of that, outside of Prague, though, there are lots of other options. If you're in the surrounding regions of Prague that you can see on this map here, you can use your PID for it as long as you get the right zone. Outside of Prague, you have to find other options. The most common option to use is České dráhy. That's the Czech national railroad or whatever. And they are very, very cheap. A ticket is very cheap, especially with a student discount. So transport throughout the whole country will be very cheap and very easy to do. The next thing you should look into is getting your bank SIM card. It's probably easier to get a SIM card first. SIM cards, while there are permanent ones like Vodafone, O2, and T-Mobile, I would recommend before getting one of these permanent carriers, just for the first few days, go online, search up for an online SIM card. You can find one, just download it onto your phone, and you'll have a SIM that will work for a few days until you can get established with a bank and get established onto a proper network. But as for the banks that you should go for, I'd say the most popular one amongst international students, at least is what I use, is Raiffeisen. It's the reason I chose Raiffeisen is because it has a lot of English-speaking staff, and it's a very international bank. You can find ATMs throughout Central and Eastern Europe. You can find it in Germany, Czechia, Austria, Poland, Ukraine, anywhere pretty much. But other very popular options might be ČSOB and Česká Spořitelna. These are also popular options, but I have heard mixed reviews. Or alternatively, we do have digital banking options such as Airbank or Revolut. As for healthcare, first I want to say, please get registered with your GP as soon as possible. It can be a bit of a pain to get registered if you're sick and have not been registered already. So please do get registered quickly for this. A lot of these doctors may not speak much English. Maybe they're not covered by your insurance. So please get registered very fast so that you can find someone easily once you are sick. But English-speaking hospitals I've been recommended are like Canadian Medical or Model Hospital. These are probably some of the most common ones for international people. And finally, for me, is the Isaac card. With the Isaac cards, it is a student ID that is recognized in 113 countries. It is very important because you can get a lot of student discounts with it, but it's even more important because this is your access into university facilities and even your accommodation. So please order your Isaac as soon as you're able to order it and pick it up as soon as collections start. Anyways, I'm going to transfer this over to Amrita.
Hi, thank you, Nick. Hi, everyone, and congratulations once again for getting the acceptance, and welcome to FIS Prague. I would like to tell you about like needs for everyday life. So we have a couple of stores here where you can get like your fruits, vegetables, groceries, etc. We have Lidl, Kaufland, Albert, Tesco, and Billa. I think Lidl and Albert is the closest one to the dormitories. And then for clothing, we have a lot of quite a lot of malls. So, but the major ones are Novi Smykov, Palladium, Westfield. For household items, you can go to IKEA. The main one is in the other end of the green line, yellow line metro on both the sides. And then you have Tescoma and XXL Lutz. Online, you can order anything via Alza. We do not have Amazon here, but you can use amazon.de to order your stuff. For restaurants, the common Czech food here is goulash with nidlinky. It's like something of pork. I do not eat pork, so I don't know, but it's like with pork and some bread. Then here it's very famous is fried cheese, mazak. It's really interesting. Maybe somebody would like it. I'm okay. I do not like it that much, but at the same time, I don't like cheese. So, and then svichkova is another one of like typical Czech food, which is also like pork with like pork stew with bread. But we also have a lot of international options, and like we have many restaurants even near the university campus or even like across Prague. So I mean, you can try your cuisine from your place or some other place. For service and etiquettes, tips are not mandatory over here. I mean, you can tip if you want, but it's not mandatory. And sometimes the services are a little bit slower. So be patient. And the servers are very professional. Maybe they are not very, I mean, it would seem that they're not very friendly because they smile less, but they're very professional. And some of the places, they accept only cash. So be careful when you are like going to a restaurant or something. Just check if they accept only cash. Although even if they do, you will find some ATMs nearby so you can withdraw, but it's like more of an hassle. So it would be easier if you know before. Or carry some cash. And I think like all of you already know that we do not have euro here. It's Czech krona. And moving on, we have some study spots. So if you feel like going out to some cafe to study, there are the Miners Coffee is near Veshe campus and the Golden Egg as well. And the coffee is really good at the Golden Egg. Even Miners Coffee they have really nice coffee. And Cafe Do, I have heard a lot about it. It's I think a little bit farther. I haven't been there, but it's really nice. We have library inside of Veshe, in the campus, in the old campus, the old building. And there is another one, National Technical Library, that's in the campus of Czech Technical University, a little bit farther from our main university, but it's a really beautiful building. You should go and just check there. There is some like stack of books. It's really nice. And then we have some co-working spaces and some library balcony. Even there is a park behind the campus, which is Rigrovi Sadi. You can go there. The evenings are really beautiful. You can have the view of the Prague Castle from there in the evening. It's really amazing. For traveling, there are a lot of places to visit inside of Prague, mainly the cathedrals and the Old Town Square, the astronomical clock. And then you have many, many parks. And they have like really amazing views, especially the one in the one in Petrin. They have like really nice view, especially in April during the cherry blossom season. And then you have the famous Charles Bridge. You can just take a walk in the evening. It's nice. And then there are many museums here as well. Some, I think once or twice in the whole year, you have some museum days where you can like get the entry for free. Otherwise, like 200-300 Czech crowns, and you can visit it. And then some places which is outside of Prague in Czech Republic. So we have a couple of towns like Brno, it's around 3 hours by train. Pilsen is 1 hour. Mikulov, I think 3 hours around. And then you have Český Krumlov, which is like World UNESCO Heritage Site. And then we have Karlovy Vary, that's a very nice spa city. And then we have Kutná Hora, that's also very close by, like 1 hour by train. So whenever you feel like, on the weekends, you can just go there. And for nature, we have a couple of national parks and mountains. I mean, I wouldn't call it like mountain, but it's still like nice walk and hiking. So we have the Bohemian Switzerland National Park. It's between Germany and Czech. And you can even like visit it from the Czech side. It's really different. And then from the German side, it's like they have like a bridge. It's really nice. And then Shumawa is again with Germany, but it's like almost the opposite end of the Bohemian Switzerland Park. The Snishka Mountain or the Krokonice National Park is towards Poland. So it borders Czech and Poland. So that's also like really nice. You can visit there for the weekend. And over to you, Nick, about socializing.
So I wanted to speak about the socializing because, unlike Amrita, I have actually taken part in the buddy program and the Erasmus Student Network so far. Currently, right now, I have been the recipient of their help, but I hope to give back to them one of these days. When you're socializing or like to meet new people, the first thing I would suggest is registering for the buddy program. I highly recommend it. I did a buddy, other people I know did a buddy. It can be very, very helpful to have someone who's a local and knows what they're doing. The buddy program, you can sign up to see them like every 2 weeks or something like that. Or if you want to be like me, you can just meet your buddy once. That's it. But I do highly recommend it. They can help you with so many of your questions. Just having a local student that has been living here for some time. Most local buddies are going to be local Czechs, but sometimes the buddies will be other international students. For example, I'm actually signed up for next semester. I will actually be someone's local buddy. So any of you in this chat, it is quite possible that I might end up having one of you guys as a buddy. But then there's also the Erasmus Student Network, which is a lot more fun. And I really, really highly recommend joining the ESN stuff. Get started on it, log in, and make an account. And there will be a list of different dates and different activities. Some of these things will be organized trips. They might be just like day trips to somewhere, but sometimes they are like weekend trips. Like I went to Moravia, I saw Mikulov, I saw Brno. We did a wine tasting and just partied all weekend with ESN. Other people have gone to Krakow, Poland, and gone to Auschwitz with ESN. But they also do a lot of great things, like within Prague. There are a lot of cultural events, like there's the blind exposition where you can have a blind person lead you and a blind person show you what it's like to be blind, or you can meet a homeless guy. A homeless guy takes you around the city and he like tells you what it's like to be homeless. But there's also just basic meetups. There's like pub meetups. A few months ago, I was actually at a pub meetup and I ended up finding my girlfriend there. So I would highly, highly recommend joining at least one of the ESN events. Back to Amrit.
Okay, thank you, Nick. And congratulations on finding the girlfriend. Well, about Czech culture and people, They are on time, so be punctual if you have mentioned like, specific time to anyone. They are a bit quieter, especially in the public transport. So usually like do not speak out loud or have your phone on, like play video on like full volume or something. People here are in general very kind, but they are very reserved. So it's kind of a little bit difficult to make maybe, friends with Czech people. But once you make friends with them, they're really nice and very welcoming. But you can find a lot of like international people to make friends with, and you can use the ESN. That really works well. And most of the time we use formal greetings, like, a couple of words like Dobry den when you say hi to someone, or when you say bye, so nashkladano. Just couple of words. And then just, maintain some personal space anywhere you are among them. They are very fond of beer. So beer is so cheap here, like they say that it's cheaper than water. So you will find, and really a nice, like if you are beer lover, you will find so many types of beer here and around. And they are atheist. So it's like most atheist country. But although we have a lot of churches, yeah, about the Czech language, Nick, could you please explain more? Because I think you are taking one of the Czech language courses.
Yes, so in my first semester, I signed up for the school Czech language. I would highly recommend if it is an offered for your program, at least for the EDS program, it does give you some credits that count towards your electives. It's a relatively easy credit to get, but you also could have immersion, your first immersion into the Czech language, and it's especially good if you haven't been studying the Czech language. It's very, very basic, just some basic words and very basic talking to each other. But if you want to continue Czech languages, the school does offer more than that. I looked through the course catalog, and it seems that they offer Czech language courses all the way up to a B1 level. So there is plenty of option to have free Czech courses at the school. Just know that most, if not all, the Czech courses will not count towards your credit. So it is just going to be an extra optional thing that you're going to do. But there are other private learning options. For example, right now I am part of Czech courses. It is a private institution, just a 15-minute walk from school. And there I can attend courses twice a week. And it costs, for like 3 months or so, it's about 8,000 to 10,000 crowns. It's, of course, a little bit pricey, but it could honestly be worse. I've also heard of other great institutions that I have listed here. There's also Charles University. I know Charles University does also offer some programs that people have said some good things about. I also believe there is some programs that the government itself offers for basically free, as long as you give a deposit down. But if you're not happy with taking Czech courses and you just want to learn on your own, the most popular textbook is going to definitely be Czech step by step. It's an amazing book. It goes over everything: grammar, vocabulary, listening, reading. It has all of the resources you need for learning the language. It's a very, very helpful book. But I would also recommend children's books. There's plenty of other children's books out there. And I actually have bought a few of them. If anyone needs recommendations for learning material, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I will try to find something that would work for you. The last thing I do want to say, don't be afraid to speak Czech. Locals are usually so very happy when you at least try a little bit of Czech. Maybe you can't do much with it, but it still does make them a lot calmer. I've had local people get a lot nicer to me just because I at least tried to use some Czech. So I do very much recommend at least learning a little bit. Anyways, that is all from me. I'll hand the rest over to Marita.
Thank you, Nick. So I'll be talking about the Czech holidays. So we have 40 national holidays. The dates of Christmas, Easter, and New Year could, like not New Year's, just Christmas and Easter will change, but the rest of them, like May Day, Liberation, and then you have in July Jan Hus Day and St. Cyril's. So like most of them, it remains the same. So you can plan your, weekend getaways according to that. And the upcoming one are in September, like when you will join. So September, October, and November. So we have one day each and every month. And this is like if you want to reach out to us, we have our Veronica, who is EDA and ISM coordinator, and Teresa is for bachelor's, the EDS program, and for PhD. And we talked with Nick, and then we have another one, Sophia. She's also a student of bachelor's. And we have Praveen and Jane, but they are graduating this year, so probably they won't be around a lot. But you can reach out to any of us on the webpage, go to Ask Student, and you can contact us. So this is it. Thank you. Thank you for your attention. And if you have any questions, any concerns, you can ask right now.
Maybe thank you very much, Nick and Amrita, for this very nice presentation. We are really proud to have such great students, and I also hope that you enjoyed it, just to hear what to expect here in Prague from our current students. Just from my side, you know me probably, Veronica, the ISM EDA coordinator. I will just maybe just add few information. I'm just now sharing our webpage. So you know that's the webpage of the Faculty of Informatics and Statistics. You already know that here are the information for newly admitted students. Here you can just find how to do the tuition fee payment, how to apply for the visa, also the dormitories. Just to remind you, applications for dormitories are open. So if you haven't applied yet, please do so before 7th of July. Here you can also find information about the health insurance and academic calendar. So again, the classes will start on 15th of September, and the week before will be the orientation week. So for you, this is just quite important page. Plus, later, at latest next week, you will be also able to find here the record of this webinar. And here in this section, and later it will be here the main web page, are also information more located also to the university system, Wi-Fi, university ID card, and so on. This information then will be highlighted here at the main web page during the summer, so you will then be able to find it here. Also, please note, all of us, me, Teresa, and Teresa, who is just now in contact with the EDA applicants, we are taking during the summer vacations, at least for a few weeks. So just note that our office hours will be limited, and we will be also not be able to apply immediately. We will just then later send you a little bit more information about it. So in case you need something really urgently, please, if possible, solve it before the end of June, or then just note that during July and the first beginning of August, it can just take a little bit time to get the answers. And in the second half of August, we are again preparing a set of webinar for you. Then we will just go already a little bit more detailed, speaking about the study plans, university system, how to apply the ID card. So such things, definitely you can look forward to that. And there will be these webinars in the second half of August and at the beginning of September. So, and now I see there are all the questions in chat, but you can also ask us just now here. You can just use the microphone and ask me or ask the students. That will be probably even better and more interesting for you. So if you have any questions, just use this opportunity and ask us. Okay, I see there are no questions. If you would have questions just later, just you can contact our coordinator also anytime later, or you can just send also email to us. And again, the information will be always published at our webpage. And the second half of August, there will be again webinars for you, and you should come to Prague between September 5th to September 8th, if possible, to be here for the registration date, which is scheduled for Tuesday, September 9. But of course, if there would be any problem with the visa, just please let us update it. So if there are no questions, I'm just now starting recording.